Okay, Bishop Bulldog family. Hey, welcome. I am Coach Q, and I am recording this video specifically for two reasons. Number one, just to orient everyone to our progress as far as our roster, right? Who we are currently tracking is on our roster. I kind of want to show the depth chart or how I'm thinking we are going to organize the team this year so that every child gets an opportunity to participate, right? That's really important to me. Um, I'm fully aware that some may coach it at, a different style depending on the age group and, only focus on certain players. That is not my style, especially while the players are this young. I think everyone should have an opportunity to participate on both sides of the ball, and this is kind of my approach to do so. The second purpose of this video is to orient the parents to the plays that we are going to try to run this season. And the reason I believe that's important is because 1 hour of practice is just not enough time to get the mental reps or physical reps in actually running the plays. So I figured if I give every child a specific number, a specific position to focus on, and the parents are able to help me by or help us by working with your child, not during practice times. Like, hey, when this play is called, this is what you are doing. I think that'll help us tremendously so that when we get in practice, the mental reps are already there because the parents have already shared it with their children. So that's the purpose of this video. I'll go ahead and get started. I'll share my screen now. There we go. Yep, share. Okay. So we have the red squad and the blue squad. Let's just go over real quickly. As of right now, I believe not full confirmation yet, but I believe we have capped out at 16 players. So Mason, Clay, Xander, Khalil, Julian, Hendricks, Jones, Jordan Jones, and Watson Yellowfish are all going to be on the blue squad. And then Quinzel, Elliott, Camden Maverick, Jason, Axel, Hendricks Hinton, and Braxton will all be on the red squad. And so what I've chosen to do here is separate, since we have an even 16, 8 and 8. 8 will be on the blue, 8 will be on the red, and also assign by position. So I'll just start off with the blue offense. So during the game, the first offensive possession, I'll say, hey, blue offense is up first. And then the defensive possession, I'll say, hey, red defense, get out there, right? That way, your child isn't waiting multiple possessions to get on the field. And then we'll reverse it. So then the next offensive possession will be the red offense, and the next defensive possession will be the blue defense. That's kind of how I'm seeing it. Now, the challenge, obviously, with having, it's 7-on-7. There are 7 players on the field at the same time. So the challenge, obviously, is that for every possession, there will still be one player who is not in on that possession because we have 8 players per squad. And here again, that's just kind of how the numbers fell, and that's okay. Right. And so here is my approach to mitigate that. So on offense, let's just talk about, by position. And so I'll start with, I'll just go in order from center on down. So our center for the blue offense is Clay Cole. Clay is the center. He will be snapping the ball to the quarterback. Our quarterback is going to be Xander Dotson. All right. So Xander, you're going to be playing quarterback for us on the blue offense. And then you have 3 running backs, 2 wide receivers. So you have your 1, your 2, your 3, and then your 4 and your 5. So Julian, you are our 1. All right. So when we go over the plays, just remember play number 1. That means you're going to get the ball. Now our number 2 running back is going to be Mason Bridwell, and our number 3 running back is going to be Hendricks Jones. All right. So those are 1, 2, and 3. 4. So our 4 wide receiver is going to be the one position that has to be shared. So we're going to start off with Jordan. We haven't met Watson yet. Watson's one of our new players, and very excited to have him on board. Can't wait to meet him. This upcoming Monday. So when we call out blue offense first, Jordan is going to be the number 4, and Watson will just be observing, from the sideline, but watching everything that Jordan does. And then the next time the blue offense goes back on the field, they're going to switch. Watson will go in at 4. Jordan will be on the sideline the next time. Alexa, stop. So that is how we are going to approach by possession. So everyone gets a shot. More importantly, you'll see here shortly. If you are initially on the sideline for a possession that you should have been in, then on the other side of the ball, you are a starter. All right. And so that's kind of how y'all will see that shortly. And then obviously number 5 will be Khalil. So Khalil will be the 5 wide receiver for the blue offense. Let's go down to blue defense. So anytime, all right, blue defense is on the field. Here again, same personnel, right? It's the same personnel. All right, your 2 rushers are going to be Julian and Jordan. And then everyone else is a defensive back. All right, everyone else is lined up across from a player on the offense, ensuring that player does not get the ball. We call that man or lock, right? Where we're locked up in man coverage. That is what we're going to practice here at this age group. I don't think I'm going to try to confuse anything by going zone. Here again, I just think we're too young right now. We're just trying to get the fundamentals of football. So we're just going to go just man across the board. So the 2 rushers who are going to rush the quarterback or any running backs, whoever has the ball, are going to be Julian and Jordan. And then your defensive backs are Xander Mason, Khalil Hendricks Jones. And then, so remember I said, so Watson is not a starter on offense. He has to wait a possession to get on offense. So when we call out the blue defense, he will start. And Clay will be behind him. So Clay, you're going to be a defensive back. However, the very first time we call blue defense, Watson's going to go in first. The next time we call blue defense, then you're going to go in. So Clay's a starter on offense, and he will be behind Watson on defense. So now let's go to the red offense. All right. So let's start off with the center. So same concept, right? So my son Quinzel is going to be the backup center behind Camden. So Camden, you are the starting center for the red offense. So when the red offense goes on the field, you will be snapping the ball to our quarterback, Axel Himes. All right. Let's talk about our running backs. So our number 1 is Braxton. Braxton, you are the 1 for red offense. Elliott, you are the 2 for red offense, right? You're the 2 running back. Elliott Gooden. Jason, you are the 3 for the red offense. And Maverick is the 4 for the red offense. Hendricks Hinton is the 5 for the red offense. So just remember, that is how anytime we call out the red offense, this is who comes out. My son will be on the sideline first, and then the next time the red offense comes on, goes back onto the field, Camden will come to the sideline. Quinzel will go, and he will snap the ball to Axel. And now let's talk about the red defense. So the switch here is so Quinzel will start on defense at defensive back, and Elliott will switch out with him on the next possession that the red defense is on the field. That is how we'll share reps there. And then everybody else is on. So Camden is a rusher. Hendricks Hinton is a rusher. We're going to rush the quarterback. We're going to pull their flag, or whoever has the ball back there, I'm going to pull their flag. Parents, it is important to remember, I'll say this really quickly. It is important to remember that based on the rule book on defense, please emphasize to your child that everyone on defense has to be 5 yards from what we call the line of scrimmage. So wherever that football is, that's why I kind of drew that there. If the football is here, 5 yards back, away from the football, no one, whether you're a rusher or even if you're a defensive back, you cannot be right up here close to the football in order to rush at the snap. You have to be at least 5 yards back. That's really important to remember, or they're going to call neutral, so what's called a neutral zone infraction. It'll be a penalty on us if we're in front of that 5 yard threshold. And as a coach, I'll be out there on the field to guide and make sure that we're not we are, everywhere we're supposed to be, on game days and also, in practice. And so, all right. So Hendricks and Camden are the rushers. And then our defensive backs are Axel, Maverick. Here again, I said Quinzel and Elliott will share reps, and then Braxton and Jason. So that is our depth chart for both the red team and the blue team moving forward. And just let me know if anyone has any questions on that. Please remember your child's position, because now the next thing I am going to show are the plays. So we have, actually, let me go back to the playbook itself first. So that's for basketball season. Let's go to my flag football plays. All right. So as I go to Bishop Bulldogs 6U flag football plays, we only have a total of really 7 offensive plays and 1 defensive play. That is it. And they're relatively simple. So let's just start off with the first one. Play number 1. Let's go ahead and open it up. Okay, play number 1. So here's what you're going to see. It's in the exact same formation that y'all saw on the depth chart, right? The center, the quarterback here right next to each other. 1, 2, and 3 running backs, 4 wide receiver, number 5 wide receiver. So this is play 1, right? Play number 1. Play number 1 is going to the number 1 running back at the snap of the ball. As you can see, he is going to instantaneously, as soon as the ball is snapped, he is going to run directly behind the quarterback and receive that handoff from the quarterback. So I'm going to play this. So what you're going to notice is that in all these animations, whoever is going to get the ball, all the other teammates are following somewhat in a line, a horizontal line, if you will, but are following that teammate from behind. And the reason that is important, so parents, here's another key point of emphasis I would love for you to share with your child offline, or just kind of coach them, is that any person who is carrying the ball and trying to score, they can pass it or pitch it or hand it off to their teammate, even if they're across the line of scrimmage, as long as that teammate is behind them. But once you cross that line of scrimmage, which is here, once you cross this threshold where the center snapped the ball, no player can pass the ball forward to another teammate. But you can pitch, is what we call it. You can pitch it backwards or hand it backwards. That you can do. And so the purpose of, the teammates running in support of or in the vicinity of is, if somebody looks like they're going to, pull your flag, you can pitch it to your teammate. And that's we're not there yet. Maybe by the end of the season we may get there, but that is the purpose. But the most important thing to get out of play number 1 is the fact that the number 1 running back is sprinting at the snap of the ball underneath the quarterback and receiving that handoff with the elbow up, right? With the elbow up, and protecting the ball, securing it before running. That's important. The exchange. There are 2 exchanges in every run play we have. The exchange from the center to quarterback, and then the exchange from the quarterback to the ball carrier. It's also important to note in the rule book that the quarterback himself or herself cannot run the ball. So the quarterback cannot receive the ball from the center and then run in front of the line of scrimmage. The quarterback has to hand it to someone or pass it. But here again, right now, we're not going to focus on trying to install any passing plays, at least not this early. We'll see as the season progresses. So that's play number 1. Let's move on to play 2. So play 2, same concept. The number 2 running back is going to receive the ball, and everyone else is just going to follow suit. Everyone else is going to follow suit. So the cadence, the quarterback, whoever it is, whether it's Axel or Xander, the cadence out loud. Ready, set, go. Again, make sure if you are playing the 2 position, make sure, even though you are lined up directly behind the quarterback, that you come to the left. I just want to go ahead and practice that now. Come to the left of the quarterback as you're running. That way the quarterback can open up to the same side each time, right? He's just going to reverse out and put the ball out to the left rather than guessing which way you're going to. We're just going to standardize that across the board. So anytime we call play number 2, it's going to look exactly like this. Number 2 is just going to run to the left of the quarterback. Let's go to play number 3. So play number 3 is the opposite of play number 1. Here again, running underneath the quarterback, now your right elbow is up. So when number one did it, left elbow was up. Left elbow in order to protect the ball as it's being handed off to you. Number three, your right elbow needs to be up, right? Right elbow up, protect that ball, clamp the ball, protect it, secure it, and go score a touchdown. The rest of your teammates will follow just in case you decide you want to, pitch it to someone else. But just remember, hey, players, just remember, don't just assume that someone's going to pull your flag. It is in your best interest. It is in your best interest to keep running, even if you think they're about to pull your flag. Keep running as fast as you can, because you would be surprised. You would be surprised how often people reach for your flag and then just flat out miss it because you're moving so fast. And here again, that is important. That is important. So that's play number 3. Let's move on to play 4. All right. So play 4 is a jet sweep to the wide receiver. Okay. So here's what that looks like. Unlike the first 3 plays, this is a little bit more complex because the wide receivers, when we call play 4 or play 5, you are not going to wait for the ball to be snapped. Right. So parents, here, definitely a key point of emphasis here. The moment that quarterback says ready, that's it. That wide receiver is running to the quarterback as fast as he can. And by the time the quarterback says go and that ball is snapped, their wide receiver should already be somewhere in this region to receive the handoff with that left elbow up to secure it. And so this is called a jet sweep. That's the concept of the play. So this is play number 4. And here's how it sounds. Ready, set, go. We're going to do that one more time. Ready, set, go. Ready, set, go. Play 5 is the exact same concept. Play 5. It's just going the opposite direction. It's just going the opposite direction. Ready, set, go. Ready, set, go. Simple enough. That is how we are going to feed, right? I don't want anyone to think that just because you are a wide receiver and you're not a running back and we're not doing a lot of passing plays, you're not going to get to touch the balls. That's not the case. I'm going to call, we are going to call just as many jet sweeps as we do, the running plays for the running backs. Now, that said, parents, these last 2 plays I'm going to show you on offense, we're not going to try to execute them early on in the season. This will be later on in the season, but I'm going to go ahead and show you them now so that I don't have to, make multiple YouTube videos later on. Just go ahead and show you and orient you to these misdirection plays now. So we have 2 misdirection plays where we fake the jet sweep one direction, and then we actually hand it off to a running back in the other direction. So let's start with 5-1. 5-1. That means we are going to fake the jet sweep to the 5, but the 1 is actually going to get the ball. All right. So still same motion. All right. Same motion. Ready, set, go. There we go. There we go. So Xander and Axel, when we get here and we start running these 2 plays, remember, you say ready, set, go. You are going to turn around and put the ball out as if you're going to give it to the wide receiver. But when that wide receiver passes, you're not going to give them the ball. You're going to keep it close to the vest. It's called a play action. You're going to fake it as if you gave them the ball. And what that's going to do is everyone on the defense now thinks your wide receiver has the ball and they're running this way. Then you're going to put the ball back out and give it to the running back. I'll do it one more time. Ready, set, go. Same concept this side, right? So 4-3. So fake it to the 4, but give it to the 3. Ready, set, go. That's it. That's it. Ready, set, go. Awesome. Awesome. All right. Now, just to end off the video, we're going to talk about defense really quick. Again, the name of this play is lock. Here again, lock means you are locked up with the player that you are guarding, you are defending, and your responsibility as a defender, as a defensive back, is to ensure the player you are guarding does not touch that ball. Wherever that player goes, you go. If that player goes all the way to the sideline and goes and takes a water break, you over there taking a water break with that player. But you are guarding that player regardless of where they go, and ensuring that if they do get the ball, the moment they touch that ball, you are pulling that flag. That is very important. If they try to do a passing play and they try to pass it to the player you are guarding, you're knocking the ball away, or you catch the ball instead. But you do not let your player catch that ball. So that said, what you see here on defense, you have 2 rushers, 5 defensive backs, and as you can see, the 5 defensive backs are lined up 5 yards. Remember, that's the key point of emphasis. 5 yards away from the line of scrimmage. That's important. So we have simulated multiple positions here. We have a wide receiver, quarterback, a running back, a wide receiver here, and a wide receiver here. So across here, you have a DB lined up over this wide receiver, a defensive back lined up over this wide receiver, a defensive back lined over this running back. You have 2 rushers, and a defensive back lined over this wide receiver and one for this one. So here again, we're in lock. Rushers are going to rush the quarterback or whoever has the ball. Everyone else is going to follow the person that they are defending. So I'll run through the animation real quick. See how that works? Wherever you go, I go. Wherever you go, I'm going. I am defending you. You will not touch this ball. We have to have that relentless mindset on defense. Wherever you go, I go. So that is it. I will stop sharing my screen now. Again, parents, I definitely thank you in advance for your help in advance for the mental reps outside of practice. It will absolutely enhance what we're able to do with the hour that we do have together in practice. If parents are willing to show this video to their children and kind of coach them through these talking points. So again, extremely excited about the season. Thanks everyone for their participation. Go Bulldogs. So stop sharing and